Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are going to completely unpack and, honestly, demystify the NRG Wave Rewards Plan. If you've been staring at this document wondering how all this math actually translates into real-world dollars in your bank account, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking a chronological journey together. Think of it like a roadmap. We're going to start from a brand new user's literal first day on the platform and walk step by step all the way through to how those weekly payouts actually land in their account. So here's our agenda for the day. First, we'll look at the NRG Wave Foundation. Then, getting started and membership, the every order bonus, the overflow and matching bonuses, and finally, those ranks and weekly payouts.
All right, Section 1, the NRG Wave Foundation. Let's talk core principles.
Now, to understand any of these bonuses, we first really need to understand the fundamental currency that this entire compensation plan runs on. And that currency is known as PV, or personal volume. Basically, it's just the business volume assigned to every single product. But here is the absolutely critical takeaway, okay? In NRG Wave, $1 spent equals exactly $1 of PV. This simple one-to-one ratio is literally the linchpin for all the math we're about to look at. Honestly, it's a huge relief because there are absolutely no complicated conversion rates for us to memorize here. And the way they split this up is brilliant. Out of all that generated PV, the company has set a strict 70% maximum payout cap across all the combined bonuses, meaning up to 70 cents of every single dollar goes back to the network, while the company holds on to 30 cents. It's a deliberately engineered balance, right? It's meant to maximize your earning potential while keeping the whole system financially healthy for the long haul.
Moving right along to Section 2, Getting Started and Membership.
So the plan offers 3 totally distinct entry tiers, and looking at how they compare shows us exactly how the system really incentivizes commitment. A customer can join completely for free, you get wholesale pricing, and even earn a baseline bonus. Upgrading to a member requires a one-time purchase of $49 or more, and that unlocks deeper bonus levels. But the real key to the entire engine? That's the active member tier. This requires a $49 monthly subscription, which the text refers to as a QSO, or qualifying subscription order. That monthly $49 QSO is the absolute key that actually unlocks your continuous weekly commission eligibility.
Let's see how this all builds into a sequential journey. The documentation lays out this highly curated 6-step climb. You start with a basic website registration, you make that initial $49 product purchase, and activate your auto ship. From there, the system gives you a unique referral link. Once you share that link and others start to join, the system automatically tracks their placements, calculates your bonuses, and boom, generates your weekly payout. It's really just a direct pipeline from a single website visit to a fully active commission-generating account.
All right, Section 3, the every order bonus. We're looking at upline network volume now.
Here's exactly how the every order bonus works. The system takes 50% of the PV from every order and distributes it across 6 descending levels. But notice how those requirements scale up. Literally anyone can earn that 50% on level 1. But to unlock the 20% on level 2 or the 10% on level 3, you're going to need those qualifying $49 orders we just talked about. And as you dig deeper into levels 4, 5, and 6, the system demands that you bring in more active, personally enrolled subscribers all the way up to 10 personals to unlock that final level 6. So it heavily rewards network growth with deeper payout access. But the source material actually points out a pretty interesting exception here, the value pack shortcut. For new users who kind of want to fast-track their earnings without immediately needing to hustle for 10 active personals right off the bat, purchasing a discounted value pack essentially waives those sponsoring requirements for levels 4, 5, and 6 for up to 180 days. It's just a really strategic way to access higher earning tiers right out of the gate. Okay, on to Section 4, Overflow and Matching Bonuses. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is the whole team-building aspect.
So, the overflow bonus uses a binary structure. Put simply, you are building 2 teams, a left team and a right team. Your first recruit goes to the left, your second recruit goes to the right. The really remarkable thing here is that the volume generated by these teams actually counts infinitely deep, no limits. The system takes 50% of the PV generated and distributes it right through the structure. However, and this is a big however, payouts are always calculated based on the volume of your weaker or lesser leg. Let's look at the specific mechanics of that overflow payout. Basic overflow pays you 10% on that weaker leg,
Well, provided you have an active monthly subscription and at least one active personal recruit on each side, of course. But there is an enhanced overflow rate of 20%, which you can unlock by grabbing that discounted value pack we mentioned earlier. Oh, and a totally vital feature to note, any remaining unmatched volume on your stronger leg? It isn't just flushed away at the end of the week. No way. It actually carries forward into the following week.
Next up, we have the Overflow Matching Bonus, which basically rewards you for helping your personal enrollees succeed. Let's look at a practical example. Say your Level 1 enrollee earns a $500 overflow bonus this week. Well, if you have introduced 4 active members to the platform yourself, you qualify for Level 1, and you earn a 20% match. That means you get a $100 bonus simply because your enrollees succeeded. And this match scales down through 4 distinct levels, which heavily incentivizes you to really support your team's growth. Finally, Section 5, Ranks and Weekly Payouts. This is where we look at scalable earning caps. As your network's total volume grows, you advance through various rank titles, starting from Bronze Wave and going all the way up to Double Black Diamond. Now, advancing through these ranks does 2 really important things. It eventually bumps your base overflow percentage from 10 up to 20%, and it significantly raises your weekly payout cap. For example, a Bronze Wave is capped at $1,000 a week in overflow, while a Double Black Diamond, that unlocks a really impressive cap of up to $30,000 a week.
Of course, seeing those big numbers naturally leads to the most critical question literally any new user is going to ask. When do those commissions actually become available to spend?
So the crucial point is this exact number, 13. According to the source document, there is a strict 13-day holding period for the very first commission you ever earn on the platform. So no, it is not instantaneous on day 1.
The company implements this 13-day delay as a security measure, basically to protect the system against credit card chargebacks, sudden cancellations, and fraud. But the good news is, once that initial 13-day period clears, all subsequent commissions are released on a regular, rolling weekly schedule. You can receive those funds via a Pay Quicker digital wallet or just a standard bank transfer. But always remember the golden rule here. Your commission eligibility is completely dependent on your $49 a monthly subscription. If that payment fails, your earnings immediately pause until you renew.
To make all this magic happen, the platform relies on a dual system architecture. On the front end, you've got WooCommerce acting as the actual storefront. It handles the shopping cart, the product catalog, and manages that vital $49 monthly subscription. But running quietly behind the scenes is the Infinite MLM software. This is the really complex commission engine that talks to WooCommerce to track the entire binary tree, calculate your bonuses, monitor your ranks, and actually trigger those weekly payouts.
And what exactly are people actually buying on WooCommerce? Real, tangible, physical products. We're talking items like phytoplankton supplements, nitric oxide strips, and various wellness patches. These physical goods are the ultimate engine here. They're what generate the personal volume that fuels every single calculation and payout we have discussed today.
And that brings us to the company's official sign-off: grow, earn, and transform your future. We've completely mapped out exactly how the NRG Wave Rewards Plan functions, right? From the fundamental PV math and the binary trees, all the way up to those $30,000 weekly caps. So the question you really have to ask yourself now is this: does this highly structured, multi-tiered pathway to earning actually align with your personal financial goals and the specific way you want to build a business? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.